Okay, as I told you, today's topic is consumerism, right? Okay, Mansoor has joined.
So good morning, sir.
Good morning. So what do you see now? You are seeing any screen? Can anyone see what are you seeing now on the board, on the system?
Your face, sir.
1 second. So are you seeing the slide? 12 Commerce Unit 6 Consumer Protection.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So today this is going to be our topic, consumer protection, chapter 16, consumerism. Okay. So who is a consumer? Any idea who is a consumer?
We are
Can
all the
anyone
consumers,
say?
sir.
Okay, what do you mean by consumer?
Consumer, we buy the products from seller.
Okay. So if you look at the English meaning, okay, a consumer is someone who consumes, right? Okay. Now in this picture you see he is eating an apple. That means in other literal meaning is consuming the apple. Okay. Or in other words we call the buyer. Okay. One who has bought goods or services is a consumer. So when he buys a product, he pays or he promises to pay at a later date. Okay, for example, someone can transact through checks, right? So check may be a post dated check, so then also he buys the goods is served to them. That also is a consumer. We'll see the definition of consumer. Okay, a consumer is the one who consumes the goods or services either manufactured or sold by others. Okay, it is manufactured by others or sold by others or created by nature. Okay, for example, we consume water. Okay, water, nobody manufactures water, but again water is also marketed, right? Today we have bottled water, natural water, or services offered from government or other institutions like education, hospital, banking, etc. So a consumer is one who consumes the goods or services sold by others or created by nature or services offered from government or other institution. That is what is consumer is all about. So here we have a Tirukural in your textbook. Let's see what is the meaning. Alakonda ellam alappom idapinum pirpaikum narpalavai. So what Thiruvalur says is, what obtained with tears will depart with tears. But what has been with fair means with loss at first will afterwards yield fruit. Okay. If we are obtaining something by not a good means, then we will also lose it. Okay. But if we obtain something with fair means, that means if you are doing business fairly, even though if you lose something, but afterwards in the long run, you will get the result. That is the fruit. That is what Thiruvalur says in this. In this lesson, one of the major thing is about the Consumer Protection Act 1986. Okay. A person who buys any goods or services for a consideration which has been paid or promised or partly paid is called a consumer. Here we get the definition of the consumer from the Consumer Protection Act 1986. So who is a consumer? I have given in a very short form, a person who buys any goods or services for a consideration. That means he pays money which has been paid or promised. Okay, later he'll pay it, or if he has to pay 100 rupees, he has paid only 50 rupees also, called as a consumer. That is what it says. if you see in the business world, we every day see that the consumers are exploited. Okay, exploited means they are some form of other or cheated. For example, they don't get the value for the price they paid. Sometimes the products are not uh, quality oriented. That is what it is. Okay. So let's see how all consumers are getting exploited in the business field. Either the seller may sell at a higher pricing. Okay. For example, suddenly if there is a demand for some products, even though he has bought it at a very low price, he will suddenly hike his price. Okay. So sometimes you will see that near the night time, uh, people who are traveling far away places, when they stand in the bus stop, the water bottle prices will be suddenly hiked from 12 rupees. It will go to 15 or 20 rupees. They don't have any other choice. It is night time and they cannot go anywhere to buy it. There is only one shop nearby to the buses where they are standing. So suddenly the shopkeeper may sell at a higher price by exploiting the consumer. Again, the second major exploitation happens is adulteration. Adulteration, Tamil la sollona kalapadam. Okay, பால்ல தண்ணியை கலக்குறாங்க இல்லையா? That is the easiest form of adulteration. So what happens when you mix water in the milk? We may not get the proper nutrition that has to be obtained from the milk. It is getting diluted, so we don't get the 100% milk. Maybe 80-20 or 70-30, whatever proportion the water is mixed. Like that, adulteration happens in many goods. Oil, it happens. Okay, tea powder, it happens. Even in rice grains, it happens. Okay, you must be knowing all that. TV and other program, they show how all adulteration takes place. The third form of consumer exploitation is you get duplicate products. Many times you also wonder, okay, whether this product is a original. It will have all the name, but one letter will be missing in that. Okay, or spurious goods. Okay, duplicate products. Okay, by selling duplicates, you might want to buy a brand of shirt, whereas that will they will sell a duplicate by sticking the sticker of that brand. Then creating artificial scarcity. That means hoarding. Instead of selling regularly, they will anticipate there will be some problem, so they will hoard, they'll stock the product, they will not sell it. They want prices to go up and then create a scarcity as if the product is in demand, then sell it. That is one of the consumer exploitation. Then selling substandard products. That means sub means below standard. Okay, sub means below. Subway, you must have heard. Okay, subway is below the way. When in the road, when you want to cross, it is called subway. Okay, so substandard means below standard, so or lower quality, or selling inferior quality product. Okay, then there is a product risk. Okay, we'll see what is product risk. Then warranty and services, unsuitability of products, and false advertisement. Okay, all these means are used to exploit the consumer. Okay, as I was talking about adulteration, the main adulteration, milk and water, adulteration in oil, adulteration in food grains, adulteration in tea and coffee happens. Okay, before we move on further, okay, let me show you the Government of India website, which protects the consumer. There is a Ministry for Consumer Affairs. Are you able to see this slide? If any of you are not able to see, please tell me. Can someone unmute and speak?
It is visible, sir.
Able to see.
Okay. So what do you see now?
Anti-Terrorism Day, Mask Manufacturers Directory.
Okay, so here you see the symbol of India, Department of Consumer Affairs, right? So this is, if you go here, consumeraffairs.nic.in is the Consumer Affairs Ministry. Okay, Now I'll take you inside this. Here, who is who about us and who is the Union Minister? Do you know the Union Minister for Consumer Affairs? Can anybody say who is the Union Minister for Consumer Affairs? Okay, if you don't know, now we'll see. Here you see the picture. Can you read his name? Okay, is it visible?
Sri Ram Vikas Paswan.
Okay, Sri Ram Vilas Paswan. He is the Minister, Honorable Minister for Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. Ration கடையெல்லாம் இருக்கு இல்லையா? Okay, அதுக்கு இவர் தான் Central Minister and Consumer Affairs. Okay, so Ram Vilas Paswan is the current Minister for Consumer Affairs. Okay, and Minister for State. We'll see who is the Minister for State. Minister for State is Shri Rao Sahab Patil Danve. He is the Honorable Minister of State. Okay, we have his biodata here. He is from Maharashtra. Okay, profession is agriculturalist. Okay, this is how the organization looks like. You can go visit this website and download the organization chart to see who is who in this ministry. Here you have all their contact numbers, email IDs. Okay, who is the minister and the PA, other additional PA and all, it's given here. Okay. Senior economic advisor, joint secretary, their names all given over here. In this Consumer Affairs website, you also have acts and rules. What are the different acts and rules? Here you have what is Bureau of Indian Standards, the Emblem and Names Prevention of Improper Use Act, Essential Commodities Act. Okay, all these acts are given. Let's go into Bureau of Indian Standards. Okay, here they have given a link to the Bureau of BAS Rules 2018. Let's see this rules. Here you get all the rules. Okay, what is the section 1? Okay, this act may be called the Bureau of Indian Standards Act 2016. It extends to the whole of India. It shall come into force on such date as the central government may by notification the official gazette appointed. Okay, like this, if you go into this websites, you will get all the laws enacted in India, the definition of this act. Okay, what is bureau, what is certified body and certified officer, all these details are here in these sections. Okay. There are different organizations inside this: internal trade, vigilance, parliament coordination, consumer welfare, consumer cooperatives. Okay, so many other things are there. Public grievances, this is what one of the important, and consumer protection unit. Let's get inside this consumer protection unit. Let's see here. Consumer Protection Division is mandated to implement the Consumer Protection Act 1986 and Consumer Protection 1987. It is entrusted with framing of policy related to the protection of the interest of the consumers, particularly those grievances arising in post sale of goods and services. Okay, this is what the India's Consumer Protection Unit. what all the rights they are giving here. Right to safety means right to be protected against marketing of goods and service which are hazardous to life and property. Note this point, hazardous. Okay, if adulteration comes in this, okay, when some adulteration goes wrong, either in milk or any other substance, it will. The proper information has to be given about the quality, quantity, potency, purity, standard, and price of goods. Okay, that is also is very important. Right to be informed, and right to choose means right to be assured wherever possible of access, variety of goods and services at competitive price. In case of monopoly means only single seller, it should be assured of satisfactory quality. Right to choose, there should be competition. Right to be heard, whatever the consumer's grievances, it has to be heard. Right to seek redressal, which means they have to seek solution for it. And right to consumer education, all this has been on the consumer rights. Okay, whenever you're free, go and visit all this and read in detail about this. Okay, now we'll come back to the lesson. So we saw about adulteration. Okay, what is consumerism and need for consumerism? It is the social force protecting the consumer. Okay, organized effort to fight against unfair marketing or trade practices. If someone is not fair in his business dealings, then there are a lot of force, organized effort to fight against these practices. That is called consumerism. Consumerism refers to protest against business injustice and to efforts at correcting these injustices. Can you someone quickly say what sort of problems arise as a consumer? Have you ever felt when you bought some products you were cheated or duplicate product or it is not working? How did you manage to get it rectified? Can someone unmute and speak? Or shall I call names? Okay, Manzoor. Manzoor, can you unmute? Okay, Sridarshini.
Sir,
Yeah, what did I ask you now?
any problem you faced while buying some product?
Okay, so you have any examples in your home? You bought some product which was not working or you were cheated, and how did you manage to get it rectified?
I don't have that much of problem for buying products, sir.
Okay, anybody else had any problem with any products or services? No one had experienced such. Okay, so go and search the websites, see what are the various problems faced by the consumers and how it got rectified. For example, in if you take examples of the services of hospitals, in some hospitals, they did a wrong treatment due to which many people have lost their legs or limbs. Okay, and then they have sorted out the problem because of the negligence of the doctor. Have you heard about such cases? In one cases, there was a scissor inside a patient's body, okay, which was a needle was inside a person's body, and then it caused a lot of problems, and then they got rectified later. So if you read newspapers, all these stories are, you will get to see there are many cases in the internet also. Okay. Right. Rahul, are you online? Can you unmute and speak, Rahul?
Yes, sir. I'm on.
Did you face any problem in buying a product, or did you face any duplicate products when you
No,
bought
sir.
something? No. So all these days you have been given good quality of products.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Now we'll see. We'll slightly see some more slides. Okay. Now let us look at the importance of consumerism. Can anyone open your book and read this paragraph? Or shall I ask someone? So who wants to read?
Sir, shall I read?
Yeah, read.
Importance of consumerism lies in awakening and uniting consumers, discouraging unfair trade practices, protecting against exploitation, awakening the government, effective implementation of consumer protection laws, providing complete and latest information, discouraging antisocial activities.
Yeah, read about the next.
Origin, evolution, and growth of consumerism.
Yeah, read it.
Origin. In the beginning of 20th century, industrial economy reached a boom state. The early 20th century marked a period of reform and expansion in many areas as well. Advertising and consumer consumption would become big areas of reform and expansion with the growth of industry and consumer reform societies to the outcry for more truthful advertisement. Progressives, women's movements, and Henry Ford and his assembly line would become characteristic icons of the time. As consumers took a closer look into the products they were buying and working class persons began to demand better working conditions, America hit a crossroads between industry and consumer satisfaction. Industrial reform for consumers would be unanswerable to inconsistencies that existed between product, price, and consumer satisfaction. The first consumer wave marked a shift toward recognition, the centrality of consumers to the nation's economy and polity. Cohen. The companies began to make efforts towards targeting consumers on a more massive scale. Progressives as well as other American citizens began to realize the value in fighting for better quality goods. Consumers should be guaranteed for some type of accountability from industries in their quality for food and goods quality. Middle class progressive women began organizations like the National Consumers League (NCL) in response to the substandard quality of goods and the lack of involvement by the government in protecting consumers against terrible food and other goods conditions.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you have seen the history. When the industry started. Okay. Please unmute. Jessima.
So unmute, sir.
Okay. Now you have read about how the evolving of the consumerism or the consumer protection. Once a lot of industries have come up, okay, the workers also demanded better working conditions, whereby it led to improvement in the products. Okay, consumers also not willing to buy substandard products. They demanded quality and value for money. Slowly, the act of consumerism started, and lot of effective measures were undertaken to educate about uniting the consumers. If everyone faced the problems, there were forums which awakened and united consumers. If anybody was encouraging in unfair trade practices, they were discouraged not to continue with that unfair trade practices, and the consumers were united to protect against exploitation, like adulteration we talked about, and they also caution the government. Okay, so and so manufacturer is not good. He is producing a substandard product, or he is producing harmful products. Okay, like that they have put a lot of pressures on the government, and by which a lot of effective laws were made, which were implemented, and protection laws were come into being, and consumers were provided with the complete and latest information. Now I'll take you to one website and show you how our government is setting standards, how to produce goods and what to be produced and all, and also discouraging anti-social activities, right? Let's see by an example here. I was showing you this consumer. Okay, here. Okay, can you see this Bureau of Indian Standards? Anybody? Just unmute and speak.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bureau of Indian Standards, they set the rules. Okay. Okay. Here, if you look at a jewelry session, hallmarking. What is hallmarking of jewelry? Hallmarking of gold jewelry was started by Bureau of Indian Standards. BIS means Bureau of Indian Standards in April 2000 to provide third-party assurance to consumers on the purity of gold jewelry or its fineness. The scheme of hallmarking of silver jewelry artifacts was launched in October 2005. Under the hallmarking scheme, the jewelers are granted certificate of registration to sell hallmark jewelry, and assaying and hallmarking centers are organized to assay the purity of the jewelry submitted by the registered jeweler along with the declaration of purity, and apply hallmark on such jewelries which is found conforming to relevant Indian standards, including declared fineness. As I said, we talked about cheating by the cheating in the sense adulteration. Okay, jewelry also a lot of adulteration takes place. That is the purity of gold. So, what is the percentage of purity of gold? How to ascertain that? So, one of the thing is you have to look for hallmarking of jewelry, which the BIS puts a lot of statutory mark on the jewelry of silver and gold. Standards of some products here. Okay, here I'll show you how the manual looks like. BSS manual for producing goods. How to ensure quality by the Government of India. Can you see this page? Someone can read it for me?
Yes, sir.
Someone can read from your screen?
Product manual for protective helmet for two-wheeler riders according to IS 4151
Okay, you
ratio
have to read,
2015.
this is not is, you have to read it as IS, which means Indian Standard. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is the code 4151, year is 2015. Okay. This is how Government of India, they set standards to produce goods. So that helmet, it protects your head against any injury, right? So it has to be of quality. If it is substandard, what will happen? It will be hazardous to your health, right? So these are the quality standards that the Government of India is putting it on the manufacturer, how they have to manufacture, okay, how it will be tested. All these details are what I'm showing you now. Okay. So this is how government puts rules and regulations for each and every product. The product has to adhere to all this quality. Okay. See here the impact about resistance, flammability. Okay. All this. What is the size? Okay. All this is mentioned in the quality standards by the government. Test equipment, how to test these helmets, all these are details are given in this uh, certification license, right? Like that we have for all the product. Okay, if you go and take any product in your home, if you see the labeling, okay, first thing you have to see the what is the quantity or the what to say the grammage. Okay, it is 50 grams. Just wait and see whether it is proper or not. Okay, it can be a little bit, for 50 grams it can be 51 grams but not 48 or 45 grams. If you find it, that is a deficient. Again, people are trying to cheat. Okay, that is what you have to ensure. And the quality and the ingredients also will be mentioned in the lot of labeling. And you will also see the mark of vegetarian or non-vegetarian. If you see a green dot, it is what? Vegetarian. There is no non-veg is used. Okay, or animal fat is used. You will see different labels in biscuits and other food products and all. So go and observe today. Your assignment is take some products in your shelf, okay, in the kitchen, and observe what are the things that are given at the end of the backside of the product. See how it is packed and what are the standard it has got. Okay, what are the colors, artificial colors that is added, the flavors that is added, everything you today observe in this today's work. That is what is going to be. And today I want to give you one more information. In you must have heard about Indian Administrative Service, right? So I'm showing you a website where you have that day also we talked about, in the career Indian Economic Service. Okay, how direct recruitment takes place. Okay, direct recruitment of IES is on the basis of All India Open Competitive Examination called the IES examination conducted by UPSC. Age limit 21 years and the minimum 30 years is the maximum. Qualification, you must be postgraduate degree in economics or applied economics, okay, or business economics from recognized university. Examination, written examination, general knowledge, economics paper 1, 2, 3, and Indian economy, followed by Viva Voce, that is the oral test. Again, we have macroeconomics, all these topics covered. Steps for appointment, it is also there. One of the career opportunity in the long time is you can write this examination. Okay, so let's see what is the role of an IES officer. Role of the service can be broadly categorized in terms of economic advice, economic administration, implementation of development policy and program. Now all these rules, acts and all, okay, all are framed in consultation with the IES officer. Besides dealing with other areas, economic reforms, regulation, price fixation, monitoring and evaluation. Okay, you can go to this site ies.gov.in and also when you're free, read this. Okay. Okay, with this I'll end my class.